Hello, my name is Pastor Rachel McIver-Maury. I'm at Northfield United Methodist Church. This video is for those going through the Bible in a year, and this is our introductory video on the book of Deuteronomy. So, Deuteronomy is the final book of the Pentateuch, or the Torah, and so once you've finished, you can brag, yeah, I finished the Pentateuch, and that'll sound super impressive to your friends, trust me. You should tell them all the time. The best way to think about the book of Deuteronomy is to think of it as a transition book. Whenever a movement or a people or a nation has a really charismatic leader, as long as that leader is with them, he or she serves as sort of the organizing principle of that community. And even written documents associated with that community are interpreted by or led by that charismatic person. So we know this is certainly true of Moses with the people who were led out of Egypt and wandered in the desert for a generation. And even to the point that it's made explicit when God is the one who goes up to Moses is the one who goes up to Mount Sinai to get the law from God to bring to the people. So Moses is the medium by which God gives the law to the people. So as a consequence, as long as Moses is with the people, he is really the organizing principle of how the law works and is interpreted. Deuteronomy is framed as sort of a last will and testament or testimony of Moses at the end of his life, he's trying to transmit the law to the people for when he will be gone. We have these lengthy speeches that are attempts to repeat, clarify, or codify the law, capital L. And the people are supposed to hear this and really internalize it so that they'll still live this out when Moses is gone. So I want you to think of someone at the end of their life and some of the conversations they might have with their family, for example, about what's important to them, how they want the family to be together after they are gone, and to make sure that even all the legal sort of stuff is attended to. Deuteronomy has that kind of feel, and that might give you a shape of how to think about it as you're reading it. It's also about a transition in leadership itself. Moses' time is coming to an end, and he's going to be transitioning the people to Joshua, he's been working with for several years. So with that comes the end of the desert wandering era and the beginning of now we're going to be a settled people in a land era. So that will become a really complicated story, and it raises a lot of very difficult questions, to be honest. But we're not quite there yet. So right now, we're just in the transition of Moses letting go of his life and trying to communicate the law as best he remembers and understands and knows it to the people so that they can live it out when he is gone. Like other books in the Pentateuch or the Torah, Deuteronomy was formed over thousands of years. We get many, many overlays of language and practice that tell us that. But the many folks who had their hand in bringing Deuteronomy to its current form did share a particular priority, and that is the covenant law as communicated by Moses. They understood it to be binding and that there were consequences for not following it, both for individuals and for the nation. You'll find some meat on the bones here and some dry sections, but this book is really critical for understanding the books that follow: Joshua, Judges, the book of the Kings, and Samuel. All of these books refer back to the law as stated in Deuteronomy when the nation is in crisis. So this is a book where you'd be well served by taking a few notes on what the priorities are. So, as with all of our reading, we have our 3 questions to help guide us when we're wondering what in the world we're reading here. And that is, number 1, where is God, if anywhere, in what I'm reading? Number 2, what are the what language or ideas are challenging to me and why? And then the third question, is there anything going on in my life or in the world which connects to what I am reading? Happy reading. We'll see you next time.